Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. Oops, I messed up my screen. So, right now, Bitcoin is coming down. But this is not time to be panicking. This is time to be buying. And today I will tell you why you should be buying Bitcoin right now. And also explain why it's going down and what else is going on in the world of crypto. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I still had not had a chance to update my little banners. I have to put my TikTok banner in there. All right. So thanks for tuning in. A lot of you guys, again, kind of freaking out. So let me change my screen here. Show you exactly what's going on and why you should not be panicking and why you should be doing the opposite of what you're feeling, which is buying. So right now, Bitcoin is at 54.6, so it fell down 3% today. And I am using the Aurox terminal, which you can find a URL in my description. And you can see right now, yeah, it came down a little bit, but you zoom out a little bit and you realize, well, Bitcoin hit that same point, actually went a little bit lower, about this 52.8 mark, about a week ago. And about a week ago, it did that as well, right? So this is something that we've been saying, there's this like weird gap for Bitcoin right now between 60,000 and let's just say 53,000. It tends to go up and down, up and down, up and down. But while this has been going on, the altcoins are gaining strength and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So you really can't complain, especially if you're diversified. You're still gaining on Bitcoin and you're gaining in fiat. So, so why did it go down today? Well, it's pretty obvious because the broader market is coming down hard. Dow slumps down 500 points due to inflation concerns. Yes. The CPI report shows the April inflation is the highest rate since 2008. Guess what happened in 2008? The housing bubble. Remember, so it is showing that inflation does exist and it's going up. And despite the fact that you have Fed Chairman Powell saying, no, don't worry about it. Inflation is fine. We're coming in right where we want it. You know what? The data says otherwise. So why should you buy Bitcoin right now? Well, there's a couple reasons. Short term, hey, it's a bargain right now. Short term, it's a bargain. It's come down, which means it's less expensive. It's not at 59,000 or 60,000 like a few days ago. It's a little bit lower. And even if it goes down to, let's say, 53,000, that would be a buy. So short term, you buy low and you sell high. It's that simple. So short term, yes, you should buy Bitcoin on its way down. That's the way to do it. But long term, the reason why Bitcoin is so popular and why all these institutions and why all these famous Wall Street guys like Bill Miller and Druckenmiller and all these guys, the reason why they support Bitcoin is because of inflation fears. And that is what we're seeing right now. When you print trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars out of thin air and you just distribute it out, there will be consequence. The world's money supply has increased by 20% just in 2020 and is expected to go up another 10-15% in 2021. So when you have that much money being printed, it's going to cause effect. Which means, the dollar is devaluing, which means that hard assets, and I'm talking about crypto like Bitcoin, and also other things like lumber, for example, real estate, basketball cards, they're all going up because people are putting their cash, they're taking their cash and they're buying hard assets to preserve wealth, to preserve that buying power. Michael Saylor always talks about your buying power decreasing. That's the easiest way to think about it. You have $1,000. Say you had $1,000 50 years ago. You could have bought a lot more with that $1,000 versus what you could buy today, right? That is inflation. And this is the reason why you should buy Bitcoin, because the data is coming out showing that inflation is growing. not only growing, but growing really, really fast, exponentially fast. And there's even people that's coming out that says that this is unsustainable, that what the Fed has done is going to have huge consequences down the road. In fact, when I was on Rand's show, Druckenmiller said, Druckenmiller, I should say, yes, he said that, the U.S. dollar may not be the reserve currency in the future because of the devastation that the Fed took over the last few years. So I don't know. I don't know if the U.S. dollar is going to be debasing or not becoming the reserve currency, but this is the reason why all these guys are buying Bitcoin as a store of value, to preserve wealth, to preserve buying power, so that you don't see your dollar get devalued to nothing, right? So this is hard, concrete proof, concrete evidence that inflation is happening. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Well, it's not a good thing when it's unexpectedly growing faster than expected. So let me put it that way. So this is the reason why you want to buy hard assets like Bitcoin, and there's no other asset that is as hard as Bitcoin. So this is the reason why you should buy Bitcoin, to hedge against inflation, and also because it's a good buying opportunity. And take a look at this. Even Mayor Suarez from Miami, he even revealed that he bought Bitcoin and Ether and ETH right after the 1.9 trillion stimulus bill was passed by the Senate. So obviously, Mayor Francis Suarez, he's a big Bitcoin bull, but he has the same kind of thought process. Like, hey, you have trillions, not even billions, trillions and trillions and trillions, being printed out of thin air. There's going to be consequences, right? And we're hearing about tax hikes and this and that. The government is trying to recoup, as much as they can right now, but still they're printing out faster than they can recoup. And this is going to lead to bad things, negative things. So buy Bitcoin and crypto, not besides just Bitcoin. All right, now besides what's going on with the overall market, the stock market has been looking really weak. Actually, the overall market has just, the broader market has not been doing well as of late, especially the tech sector. But the good thing is that crypto has been doing well, right? And there's this theory that's going around that a lot of the money that's coming out of the tech sector is going into crypto. And that could be the case. Yesterday, someone asked me about that. I'm like, I don't know if that's true, because, you would see a lot more crypto fly higher. But then I kind of thought about it, because today's on Rand's show, he talked about how DeFi was growing and growing and growing. And obviously that's been helping Ethereum because it's making Ethereum deflationary. And I thought about it. Maybe that is the case. Maybe that's why, tech sector in the stock market hasn't been growing. It's been stagnant. In fact, it has been going down, because maybe a lot of that money is flowing into DeFi projects that I've been covering and the ones that you guys have been buying. That could be the case. That could be a case. Look at Ethereum. So today, it surpassed 500 billion market cap. I don't know if it came down a little bit because of Bitcoin's dip, but this morning it was when I was on Rand's show, it was 500 billion, which only puts it 50% off from Bitcoin. Okay, so 50% off from Bitcoin. So that gap has narrowed so close. I've been talking about Bitcoin dominance. Back in 2017, Bitcoin dominance fell into the 30s, and Ethereum dominance went up to the 30s. That's looking like more and more likely as Ethereum dominance continues to go up. So it was at 500 billion in market cap. That is enormous. And if you sort them out, if you sort Bitcoin and Ethereum out as banks, even Ethereum would be considered, even after coming down to 481 billion, it would be considered the largest bank in the world under Bitcoin. So think about that. Even Ethereum is bigger than JP Morgan, which is the biggest bank in the world. That's amazing. That's amazing. So Ethereum is definitely definitely being carried by DeFi right now. DeFi is very, very hot. It was hot before. Then it kind of cooled off because NFTs got hot. And now DeFi is coming back in full swing. And a lot of the promising ones from before have just really started skyrocketing. But I think the two are it's a symbiotic like relationship between Ethereum and DeFi, right? Ethereum is the innovator. We know it has gas problems. Gas fee problems and congestion. I mean, to make a trade on Uniswap is over $200. It's insane. If you're trading small, you're just not going to do well. But with that said, they're the innovators. They brought on DeFi. They brought on NFTs. They brought on new token standards, right? And DeFi is still evolving. It's still evolving. And look at this. I saw this. This is a perfect example of DeFi evolving. I saw this article. This talks about AAVE now coming out with permission pools for institutions. So they're actually going to have pools, lending pools, that require AML and KYC because institutions want to take advantage of them. Interesting, right? So this is how I view DeFi. It's evolving right now. Right now, it's the basic stuff. You have DEXs, you have swaps, easy to understand. You have AMMs, which have yield farming that's included, right? And you have yield farming aggregators, and then synthetics. You know, it gets a little bit more confusing. But ultimately, DeFi right now is borrowing and lending, if you think about that. Borrowing and lending. And guess who does that? Banks. Banks do, right? So it does not surprise me that they're looking into DeFi because it's another way they can branch out basically from their centralized finance to decentralized finance. Why not? Why couldn't they do the same kind of borrowing and lending like DeFi, right? So it looks like it's already evolving. AAVE is going to introduce a permission pool for institutions. Now, a lot of people may not like this, but if institutions are looking for this because they have to because of KYC and AML regulations, then AAVE has to comply with this too. But yeah, this is kind of like first step. Of course we have BlockFi, we have Celsius, we have Nexo. They're also in this game too, right? But right now they're just catering to lending to institutions and having they're lending to institutions. They're kind of like one-sided, so they want you to deposit, give you interest, but you know what? It may just evolve to both, where institutions and retail, they're borrowing and lending, and who knows where this evolves to. It's quite exciting. But anyways, that's why Ethereum is doing very hot. That is why also DeFi is doing hot, and you could argue that inflation fears and that is having effect on the banks as well and their bottom line, and a lot of those people that are exiting out could be going to DeFi plays, including the banks themselves. So if you go to the DeFi category on CMC, you'll see that for the most part, yeah, they are doing pretty good. Uniswap is still up in a big way. Been talking to you guys about Uniswap, the leader. You can never go wrong holding Uniswap. Is still up almost 12%. Chainlink is down a little bit, but they're definitely necessary. Wrap Bitcoin, it's just essentially Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down, it's going to go down too. But look at AAVE with their introduction of their permission lending pool, up a staggering 33% today. That is a new high for them. Terra, which is in the stablecoin game, they're up. Maker, which is in the lending game, they're up. PancakeSwap is not. Interesting, but I do think they're going to catch up. And then you look at all these other DeFi plays. Thor, Compound, Synthetic, Yearn, right? They're all up in a big way. So is things flowing back into DeFi, right? Now that the NFT market is really, really, really saturated, which is why NFTs are not moving anymore. Like the marketplaces and all these games and anything that relates to the NFT seems to have stalled over the last month or so because I think there's saturation and it seems like that money is flowing back to DeFi, right? And plus, you have innovations like what AAVE did today. So, very, very interesting. But anyways, another reason why that you should be in the game and you should be diversified. you should definitely be diversified. I've always said 50, 25, 25 rule. And if you're diversified, you hold good big caps, good mid and small caps, and you hold Bitcoin, your portfolio would win basically no matter what. All right. And lastly, I saw this. Now, this seems like it's a great thing for Uniswap. Uniswap flows Bitcoin on daily revenue. This is the fees that, that is incurred on Uniswap. And it has surpassed Bitcoin's network revenue. But this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. because ETH fees are gas fees are so high, then yeah, this is one of those headlines. It looks impressive, like it looks really impressive, but it's not. It's because of congestion on Ethereum. But anyways, I just wanna bring that out. I just wanna bring that up. All right. Besides that, looks like yeah, Bitcoin is still hovering around here, 54.9, and there's a couple things. I showed you guys this Aurox, get Aurox terminal. But I forgot to mention that they have partnered up with Binance and their broker, and this actually adds a whole lot of features inside Aurox, which is completely free, by the way. This is a free terminal that adds a whole bunch of indicators and other widgets and stuff that is completely free, so check them out. But they have partners with Binance. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Now users will be able to access Binance liquidity and market depth, all while leveraging the incredible tools that Aurox Terminal offers. Yes, that's right. And you could get 50% on your trading fees if you're holding URUS tokens, especially when you're trading Binance futures. So interesting. This is pretty big. This is pretty big news for Aurox. So I just want to bring that up. And then lastly, eMoney, which is one of my new sponsors. Also, they partner up with the NFT and gaming marketplace Curate, which I've covered before. But eMoney is all about stablecoins, specifically stablecoins that's backed by fiat of non-USD currencies. And you know what? They are partnering up. So this is pretty big for Curate and eMoney. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me turn it back to you guys for some Q&A. Timothy asks, if DeFi is getting pumped, is it also good for VeChain? I would like to see more like DeFi stuff come up on VeChain. I know there's a few. There's a few, and then there's like one or two NFT plays. But I would like to see VeChain get more into that space. Obviously, right now, DeFi is very hot. It's carrying Ethereum. It's carrying, you could argue Binance Smart Chain is carrying a lot of things. Solana, because right now DeFi is the biggest use case, right? VeChain doesn't really need all that. It's already being used within supply chain space by many companies out there. However, you know what? It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt because right now retail investors, they're all looking at DeFi and NFT. So if there's more projects introduced on VeChain, that would definitely help it. Fundmaster asked, do you think crypto will survive a stock market crash when it got crashed in March? That's a hard question. If there's a catastrophic dump of the stock market, just like what happened in March 2020, I do think it's going to have a major effect on crypto. I don't think that Bitcoin and crypto have decoupled completely. And that's because you have kind of like the same kind of investors in both. And plus, when people are panicking, they panic sell everything. Even gold dropped in March of 2020. However, with that said, the recovery will be much quicker, just like with crypto. Crypto recovery was a V-shaped recovery, way faster than stocks, and the growth has been way faster than stocks too. So I think if there's a catastrophic drop, I think everything will be affected. But the key thing is which one or which assets will recover faster. And I think there's no doubt Bitcoin and crypto will. I don't know. Kudos. StormX, I still like them. I'm still more neutral because I think they ran up a little bit too far before, but You know what? It's a promising app. If they get more users, they'll definitely do better. Yeah, I looked at this yesterday. Bridging and gap between cloud and blockchain, decentralized cloud computing. Okay. Yeah, they compete with several others in this space, so I don't know what makes them stand out at this point. I screwed up and sold when I thought was the top of ETH at 3,200. Do you think you'll ever retrace these levels? I guess never say never, but I mean, going from 4,200 down to 32, you're going to have to see a major dip. I mean, major dip. You have to see like Bitcoin fall to like in the 40s for that to happen. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see that. Curate also part of a paid network. Would you also say it's a good partnership? Curate is forming a lot of partnerships, no doubt. Okay, but I need to see them actually execute because they still have not released their app. We don't know about the NFT marketplace that they're promising or the general marketplace they're promising. So we have to see what it is afterwards. I know they're forming a lot of partnerships, including eMoney I just mentioned. But I'd like to see that app done and see people use it. Yeah, I don't like this. This is just ridiculous right here. Ravane or Loop Ring, very different. Ravane is like in the, what do you call it? Reviews. They've always had the wrong circulating supply in CMC. No one ever fixed it, so they're way bigger than they should be. Their circulating supply is not that big, but I mean, decentralized, reviews. I guess it's okay. So it takes power away from the centralized reviewers or platforms, I should say, that may control it too much. So I think it's an okay idea, but not groundbreaking. And Loop Rings, a DEX protocol, and I think they're a little behind the game right now. Everyone has their own DEX, and they're not using Loop Rings protocol for it. Do you think this DeFi rally will have a good effect on Harmony? Yeah. Mochi, I hear, is still doing very well. Viper, I don't hear much of anymore. So if there's more DeFi plays that does well on Harmony, it'll definitely help Harmony. Price prediction for ADA, I don't know. $10, $20. I'll say $10. Although I predicted higher. I think I predicted 20 or 25. Based at that time, Bitcoin was a lot lower. So now it's a little bit different. Any thoughts on low orbit crypto cannon? Pre-sale is in 1 hour. No, I'm pretty sure you're part of the team or you're a large bag holder, so you want me to look at it. But just based on a name, it just sounds horrible. So I'm not going to be looking at that. What do you think about Yearn and Wolfie situation? Article on Crypto Briefing about Yearn testing unit bias. Seems like gimmick to raise price. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read about that. I know Yearn pumped like very hard yesterday, or was it today? I mean, Yearn, yeah, it did pump quite tremendously just now. It was yesterday, and now it's coming down. I don't know. Yearn, led by Andrew Crone. He's a smart guy, created a lot of DeFi stuff, works with a lot of projects on it, works with Polygon with it. But, Yearn had a iffy past. It's been hacked twice. Arthur Hayes was pumping it, so I don't know. I've never gotten into the Yearn game. Filecoin, nothing. It's just there. Decentralized storage isn't very sexy, but it's just there. It's the largest decentralized storage play. Bakery Swatch Doggy. I haven't looked at it. Is it a liquidity provider or NFT? Or is it just listed on there? Yeah. Probably another trying to take advantage of the meme craze going on right now. Is it better to hold out till the bull's over to buy ADA or Polkadot, or jump in now? I mean, if you're going to hold out until the bull market is over, I mean, you could be holding out for 6 months and be missing out on the greatest gains in crypto history. So think about it that way. No, I don't think you should hold out. You should wait for dips. You can wait for dips to buy in, but to wait out the entire bull market, you're going to be missing some crazy gains if you do. I mean, you could do that and just wait for the next bull market, but you're waiting for like 4 years. And with that said, maybe there is no downturn after the end of this year. Maybe it just continues to hover or continues to go up. So you never know. What are your thoughts on moving out majority of our holdings as close to the top as possible, moving to stablecoins? Sure. If you can, if you, that's why I said like, you know, going towards the latter half of this year, let's evaluate. Let's look at the situation. Like right now, when inflation is doing really, when inflation is increasing, the use case for Bitcoin goes up as a store of value, right? And if we start hearing more and more companies and institutions buy Bitcoin and hodl it, then I would say that's a great thing. And you want to hear more and more about that. And if you do hear more about that toward the end of the year, then I would say there's not a whole lot to worry. But if you're starting to hear that inflation is going down, or companies or institutions are starting to sell Bitcoin because they don't see it as a good reserve currency, then something fundamentally has changed. Then you have to prepare for that. But right now, that's not the case. I mean, even that hot Plantier companies that's in data analytics, they're accepting Bitcoin, and they said they're going to hold it too. So, I mean, you're seeing more and more adoption of Bitcoin. So, it just depends on what happens at the end of the year. What do you think about List and their big conference at the end of May? I don't know. List, they never got done. Like they were working on their blockchain for like ever. I don't know what happened to them. I really don't. I just remember they had a huge Bitcoin bank because of ICO at like in 2018 it was worth like a you know, I forgot, like 100 million or a billion or something like that. So if they still have that, they can continue executing. But I don't know actually what happened with Lisk. Argo. Do you guys think ADA will have a higher return than VET? I don't know. Could be close, but I still like VET. I think once China opens up crypto, I think VET is going to benefit tremendously. Yeah, I saw that. I saw this yesterday. So, advanced cryptographic features and radically new DeFi functionality. I don't know what the radically new DeFi functionality is, but maybe it's good. I haven't had time to look at it yet. So right now, yeah, you can see, by the way, these arrows are Aurox indicators. And on the 15-minute, it's saying buy right here. So Bitcoin is coming up again. Let's see what happens. I mean, again, why you should buy Bitcoin now, in case you're tuning in to stream late, why you should buy Bitcoin now is first, you're buying at a discount, right? You always want to buy if you can when things are going down, not when things are going up, although I know that's hard to resist sometimes. So when Bitcoin goes down, we know that it has been stuck in this range for quite some time, 60,000 and 53,000, and we didn't even hit 53,000. I mean, we have hit this 55 mark many times. So Bitcoin could easily bounce back up. I think what's going on is there's some weakness in the stock market, but ultimately why you should buy Bitcoin is because it's the greatest store of value ever. It's a hard asset, and people are putting money into hard asset because they know inflation is coming. And today's report shows that. The CPI report shows that inflation is faster than expected, the highest since 2008. And the last time, 2008, last time this happened was when the housing bubble crashed. Okay, so it was not a good time after 2008. So we're kind of seeing the same kind of reports now. So this is another reason why you should buy Bitcoin. Should I hold or dump my rent? You have to make that decision. You have to make that decision. Right now, keep in mind DeFi projects are coming back. They're getting hotter, so rent could turn around. Hey, Breedley Assassin. Thank you again. Have you looked at Pop Network's strong project Justin Sun and Tron removed from the network due to indirectly competing with BTT? Interesting. Justin would do that. So I'm guessing it was on the Tron network and they removed it. Wow. Wow. Is it just pop? Is it just this pop or pop network token? I never looked at it before, so I don't know. I don't know much about it. I hope this is it. Pop network. Decentralized infrastructure for creator economy. Oh, I have looked at this before. Yeah, I have looked at this before. Okay. Interesting story, but can't tell you any more than that. I don't know much about this project, so I'll do some more research. Space Chain CTO helped develop BDC. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Price prediction on Holochain. Holochain's kind of in the middle. They're one of the promising chains out there, but they're still trying to develop their new chain. So they'll probably get more traction as that chain gets developed and complete. So good to see you this morning on Crypto Banter. The dynamic with you and Rand is awesome. Cheers from Canada. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Rand is a good guy. He's definitely a showman. I don't always agree with his opinions. And it's pretty obvious that he does watch the show because a lot of things I say he kind of regurgitates, but he's a good guy. And it was pretty fun. I like today's show. Hey, it's my actual birthday. What's your thought on NFY non-fungible yearn? It's a ERC 720, 210 times more scarce than Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. That scarcity thing is BS. All these projects, if they like market, oh, we're more scarce than Bitcoin, we're more deflationary, we're going to do more token burning, that's all gimmicks. They're trying to distract you from the fact that they actually have no utility, no real value, why you should be holding on to them. So that doesn't impress me. And I did look at non-fungible yearn before, and I wasn't very impressed with it. Eternity. I hate that name. But I think I like to see better artists on there. I don't think they're bringing a lot of people that people care about in terms of their NFTs. So, any insight on Ecomi? No. I think NFTs right now overall are just cold. You know, it comes in waves. It was DeFi first, then NFTs, now DeFi. It could come back to NFTs, but I think NFTs need to die down. There's just oversaturation, way too much projects that is in the NFT space, and people don't know what to invest in anymore. So DeFi is always going to be here. I think it's just go evolve and evolve. It's not going to go away. NFTs will probably evolve too, but you're going to have certain market leaders that really stand out, and I think Ecomi could be one of them. So, all right, I think that's pretty much it. I'll let you guys go. Overall, that's Aurox. Cody, I like Cody. It's a payment network, so they basically help project come out with their payment networks. And I do know they have some kind of relationship with Cardano, so hopefully the Cardano could use them. All right. So overall, Bitcoin came down a little bit, right? Not time to be panicking. Anytime Bitcoin comes down, it's not time to be panicking. In fact, you look at what's going on, you still have Ethereum that's moving up. It's still closing in at 4,200, and it was closing, and it surpassed at 500 billion not too long ago. And you still have a lot of projects, especially DeFi ones, that's doing very well today. Even Polkadot is joining in the fun today. Right? So not time to be panicking. I think actually, based on these reports about inflation, I think it's actually a really good time to buy and stock and hold more Bitcoin. Yes, I think it's time to stock more Bitcoin and, of course, stock more crypto. Just make sure you're being responsible, right? Being diversified, having patience, having a good portfolio strategy, and I think you'll do good. I'll do good. You'll do good. I'll do good. Although it's not financial advice, but it has worked for me so far. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned tonight, 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for my live stream. So make sure you tune in. All right.